सेल्फ इन्क्रिमिनेशन चलेगा ना? का कोणाचा असा फार जीवर खाली होतो की नाही आता एवढा एक प्रश्न घेच रे प्लीज, नाही ना? सेल्फ इन्क्रिमिनेशन. So the constitutional word for self-incrimination is, no person shall be forced to be a witness against himself. Now this is the most important part. Okay? तुमच्यातल्या कोणाला जर इंग्लिश मूवीज पाहायला आवडत असतील तर इन एनी हॉलिवूड सिरीज और मूवी, एनी टाइम अ पर्सन इज अरेस्टेड, द पोलीस ऑलवेज sings like a poem, like Mr. something something, you are charged under so and so, you have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can and will be used against you in a court of law. You have the right to an attorney. If you cannot afford one, one will be provided to you. त्यातला जो तो फर्स्ट सेंटेन्स आहे ना, you have the right to remain silent, that is this. Okay, अरविंद केजरीवालनी तेच म्हणलं होतं. Anytime you are taken into police custody, okay, you cannot be forced to make a statement, written or oral. Okay, you can completely stay silent and refuse to communicate with the police in any case. हे सर्वात लक्षात ठेवा. पोलिसांची एक फार आवडती हाऊस असते की तुम्ही पोलीस चौकीमध्ये गेलात ना, की जर FIR च्या खालती समन केलेलं असलं लिहून द्या, हे द्या, ते द्या, ठीक आहे ना. ते आपल्या नागरिकांना माहित नसतं म्हणून पोलीस त्यांनी तुम्हाला बोलावलेलं असताना दे कॅन नेव्हर एव्हर फोर्स यू टू मेक एनी स्टेटमेंट, रिटन ऑर ओरल. त्याचं लॉजिक काय आहे रे? लॉजिक इज व्हेरी सिम्पल. लॉजिक प्रिव्हेंट टॉर्चर अँड फोर्स्ड कन्फेशन. सो द लॉजिक बिहाइंड दिस इज, many times what happens is, समजा पोलिसांना लटकवायचंय तुम्हाला, the police wants to trap you in some crime. Okay, you have not committed that crime, right? So there is no proof that you have actually done what you are being charged with, right? So what the police does is they just pick you up from the street, they take you somewhere and they torture you mercilessly, they beat you senseless. And when you are being tortured, the only thing that the police officer will say is ki sign this statement, angtha de nahi to sahi kar, your pain will stop. Okay, and psychological research has proven that when a person is being tortured, what he will say under torture will not necessarily be the truth. He will only say what the torturer wants to hear. तुम्हाला जर मारलं जात असेल तर तुम्ही जे बोलाल तेव्हा ते काय सत्य असेलच याचा भरोसा नाही. तुम्ही फक्त वेदना थांबवण्यासाठी जे बोलावं लागेल ते बोलाल. यू विल से व्हॉट एव्हर इट टेक्स टू मेक द पेन स्टॉप राईट नाव. दॅट इज ॲज बॅड ॲज इट गेट्स. ओके, बट द मोमेंट यू साइन दॅट स्टेटमेंट, द स्टेटमेंट हॅज बीन ड्राफ्टेड बाय द पोलीस ऑल्सो. ओके, suddenly the police can take that statement in front of the court and say ki he has confessed to the crime. कबुली जबाब दिला ह्यांनी. मग आम्हाला फिंगरप्रिंट गोळा करण्याची गरज नाही, आय विटनेस टेस्टिमोनीची गरज नाही, डॉक्युमेंट, CCTV, काही दुसऱ्या कुठल्या प्रूफची गरजच नाही आम्हाला. वी डोंट नीड एनी अदर प्रूफ बिकॉज ही इज ऍडमिटिंग दॅट आय कमिटेड दिस क्राईम. Now later on you can try to say that I was under torture, but it becomes a difficult thing. Okay, so the idea is that if a police is they want to convict you, they have to conduct an independent investigation. You collect forensic evidence, eyewitness testimony, documentary evidence, electronic evidence, and then let all of these evidence prove the guilt of the accused, and only then he can be punished. Torture as an interrogation technique is prohibited by this article. Okay, हे वाक्य लिहून घ्यावं तर. Torture as an interrogation technique is prohibited. So that is right to self-incrimination. Okay. Recently there was another very good example of this. एक माणसाचं नाव आहे, तुम्ही टाइप A.G. Perarivalan. Okay. He was convicted of being an LTTE terrorist. Okay, LTTE माहिती आहे सगळ्यांना? काय रे LTTE? लष्कर नाही, चल ते LET आहे. तमिळ, हा काय तमिळ काय, श्रीलंका तमिळ, चला चालेल, एवढं चालेल. LTT is the Sri Lankan Tamil terrorist organization which was fighting in northern Sri Lanka for against the Sinhala government. Okay, श्रीलंकेची एथनिसिटी म्हणजे सिन्हलीज. And yeah, Liberation Tigers of Tamil. Okay, LTT terrorists killed Rajiv Gandhi in a suicide bomb blast. Okay, now when that conspiracy was being investigated, this young 18-year-old boy, he got caught in the trap. Okay, yeah, bichara, he spent the rest of his life in jail. His life was ruined basically. Sometime in 2018 or 19, he was finally released by the Supreme Court. Okay, his mercy petition was pending with the Supreme Court, with the president, sorry. Okay, and till the last, he was always claiming that the document upon which he was convicted, okay, was a forced confession. And त्याचा गुन्हा काय होता? He is said to have purchased a few batteries from an electronics shop. Those batteries were used in making the bomb which killed Rajiv Gandhi. For this kid spent more than 20 years in jail. Okay? तिथे मग 14 वर्षानंतर सोडणं वगैरे सगळं गेलं खड्ड्यामध्ये, कारण वरनं पॉलिटिकल प्रेशर आहे. ओके, आणि तिकडे आर्टिकल 20 पण गेलं खड्ड्यामध्ये, कारण की त्याचं कन्फेशन घेतलं जातं आपल्या देशाकडे. सो दॅट दिस वॉज वन एक्झाम्पल वेअर आर्टिकल 22 सेल्फ इन्क्रिमिनेशन वॉज completely thrown in the dustbin. Again, this is actually the best case, which if you look at the law on paper, this kid should have been protected under self-incrimination. He was not, because politics, because 19-20 करना चलता है अपने country में सब कुछ. Okay, so I will send you, if any of you again remind me once again, I will send you the Indian Express explained articles that I have on this point. Okay, the case of A.G. Perarivalan. So that is all about Article 20.